Oh good lord, rupture. There's been a rupture of my spine. What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige with the Page, and today we're going to be doing my February book haul. So, my birthday was in the month of February, which means I buy all the things. But instead of me buying it this year, April and Cara and Ash and Ash's grandparents have all contributed to this mammoth pile. Two of them were arcs that I just picked up. One of them is an arc that Ash got from his work. Two of them have been gifted to me by his grandparents because they gave me a bookstore voucher for my birthday. Two of them have been gifted to me by Cara. And then April, she gifted me 5! I am so grateful. I'm so thankful that I have such wonderful people in my life. So, I have 2 mammoth stacks, gifted, not gifted, and yeah, let's dive in. So the 2 that Cara got me, I am so excited for. The first is the hardcover edition of You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. If you've watched my wrap up, which is the video before this, I gave this 5 stars. I absolutely fucking adored it. I was reading my paperback version that I had from a little while ago, but I still had the hardcover on my wish list because I wanted to get it in the hardcover knowing that I would adore it, and I did. It's definitely one of my new favorites. I'm contemplating what to do with my favorite shelf and I want it on there. It's just, these are all neutral and this is very not. But we'll figure it out. And yeah, so I'm going to move the tabs over from the paperback and then keep this and pass on the paperback to hopefully someone that will enjoy it just as much as I did. The next she got me, I'm so excited for, and that is The Scapegraces by Hannah Abigail Clarke. Party hard, hex harder. Like, yes, I'm so excited. Oh, yes. Also, these end papers, or not, these flaps are stunning, and the writing on the side there, oh, I love it so much. It's so pretty. So I have no idea what this is about. I do like this person's review. Loner lesbian teenage witch sideways bubbles with nerves, insecurities and longing in this action-packed debut from a young queer writer. Look at it. It's so pretty. Aren't these just gorgeous? Completely different aesthetics. Love them both. And then the 2 books Ash got me, the first being House of Hollow, which is by Crystal Sutherland. This is an art copy from work, but it came in on my birthday and he's like, I can't not give it to you, like, I know you want to read this. And I'm like, yes, this is on my anticipated releases list and it's also on my March TBR. So very excited to get to this and review it. I'm just, oh, it's so pretty. This is going to go back on my TBR cart before I forget. So I asked him to order this in for me and then it came in and he couldn't not. And that is The One by John Mars. So post-it notes. You are the one for me. So Ash kindly got me The One by John Mars. This is a DNA test that will reveal your perfect partner match. The one like you're genetically made for. However, all that I know is there's a married couple that get matched and it's not with each other even though they were confident that it would be, and someone gets matched to a serial killer. That's all I know, but I'm really excited to get to this. I think it's a thriller. I'd say it's a thriller because like if there's a serial killer killing people, like what the fuck. But yeah, so I'm very keen to get to this. Hopefully Ash isn't the serial killer in this and I'm about to end up dead, but who knows? And then April, you glorious human being, she got me 5 books I am so excited for. Like, I am so excited for everything that I have acquired this month. Like, oh, it's been so good. But the first, I need another round of Believeathon. She got me First Heart too! Escape from the Aurora by Jamie Littler. Like, I'm so excited. So, First Heart is down there, and this is a glorious masterpiece. And I just adore this. This is following Ash, who lived in the first one. He lives in a village where you're not allowed to sing, but he constantly feels the desire to sing. And he ends up being exiled onto the Frost Heart, which is a ship that goes over the ice and he can travel around. And I'm curious to see how this goes. I'm so excited. The next one I really don't know too much about. I just know that it's really, really popular and I'm so excited to get to it. And that is Pet by Aoife and Messi. Please correct me in the comments. It was like, I knew the right way to pronounce it, but then it's just gone out of my brain. So please correct me. All I know is Pet is here to hunt a monster. Are you brave enough to look? That's all I want to know. I think there's like something about these monsters that aren't there no more, they don't exist, but that might not be the case. And yeah, I'm really excited to get to this. Also, all these covers are just absolutely stunning. And these are essentially the 2020 books that I wanted to get to that I just didn't end up picking up, so I'm so thankful to have these in my hands. Next up is a stunner I've already talked about in 2 other videos, and that is the Gilded ones by Namina Fauna. I am so excited. Look at it. Beautiful. There is a blood ceremony. If your blood runs red, you're normal. If your blood runs gold, that's a sign of impurity, and on the day of her blood ceremony, it runs gold. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, and just all of these books I'm like totally cannot wait for. The next one is the Black Flamingo by Dina Asher. I believe this is following Michael as he discovers his identity as a mixed race gay teen and he becomes a drag artist. I know this is told in verse. I know that it is really, really popular, and again, just beautiful. I can't wait to get to all of these. I was so pumped. And yeah, so very keen to get to this. And the last one that April got me was Felix Ever After by Caitlyn Calendar. I know this is following Felix as he is concerned that he's one marginalization too many, black, queer and transgender, to get his own happily ever after. And then people start threatening him with his dead name and like it's being really transphobic. I think Felix takes an interesting way to deal with it, and I can't wait to see the story that unfolds. I love these covers so much, and it just makes me so happy to have these in my hands so I can consume these stories provided Twister actually lets me. But yeah, I'm just And then finally, the 2 books that I gifted myself after receiving the gift voucher from Ash's grandparents. The first is The Camelot Betrayal by Kirsten White. This is the second in the Camelot Rising series. So the first one is The Guinevere Deception, and I have the hardcover from Alfred. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was an interesting take, and I'm curious to continue on with the story, so finally picked it up. I've been eyeing it off for like the longest time, so I'm happy that I've got to it and can continue on in the world of Camelot. It's following Guinevere, however Guinevere is not what we think she is, and I'm curious to see how it all links together in the next one. And then I got A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Sutterworth. I really don't know what this is. I know it involves Fae. I know there is all kinds of representation in this, and let's see. Choose your player. The half-Fae outcast desperate for acceptance, the tempestuous fury hell-bent on revenge, the dutiful prince determined to earn his place, the brooding guardian burdened by a terrible secret. Each holds a key to solving a series of murders that threaten to expose fairies to the human world, but they cannot do it alone. To track down a killer, they will have to form a tenuous alliance, putting their differences and conflicts aside. Failure risks the destruction of the fairy and human worlds alike, and time is running out. Cool. Ash is already obsessed because Ashley, same name, and it's a fantasy author with a slight obsession with Legend of Zelda, Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, and yeah, so Ash was like, glad to have picked this up, curious to get to it. And then the last gifted book, we've made it! Then I have my pile of ones. So I randomly received a book depository parcel the other day of The Cool Prince by Holly Black. Like, I just read the Spiderwick Chronicles by Holly Black and realized that I really like her fantastical writing, so I'm really curious to dive into this now. I know it's a booktube fave and have not read it. I know this is following Jude. Their parents are murdered and taken to the fairy court, and there's a dickhead. That's all I know. But if you kindly gifted this to me, please let me know, because I would love to thank you. There was just no note, so I don't know. But yeah, let me know, because I then went and bought myself The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing, because why not? Let's just do it. We'll have the whole series. It can be a happy loving family on my shelves, and then I can binge read it and we'll see how we go. So yeah, I'm very excited to get to books 1, 2 and 3. And I believe April is sending me King of the Elf Fame or whatever that is as well. So look forward to that. And yeah, leading into the books that I bought, we had these two. And then, so I went for a run on Monday, like the Monday of the 28th of February. I don't know what the date actually was, but to reward myself for going for a run, because I had been actively avoiding it, I was like, you know what, you can buy yourself a book when you go for a run. So I went for a run and I went and bought All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue. I am just obsessed with the vibe this is giving. And so this is following Maeve Chambers. She doesn't have any special gifts, that is until she finds a dusty old pack of tarot cards and starts giving uncannily accurate readings to everyone around her. So yeah, I'm so excited. The bookstore has tarot card bookmarks. It's the same one, and then on the back of the book as promotional. So that came with the book, and Ash had also given me one earlier. So I have another one which I'm going to send to Cara because she's like, I need it. So can do. And yeah, so very excited to get to this. I think it's going to be the witchical magical vibes that I love. So I had also bought 2 textbooks because I was supposed to be tutoring some teens, and then that fell through and it's not happening, so I decided to return them. So in its place I got The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, which is the first in the Chaos Walking series, which is due to become a TV series like soon. It might already be out. I don't know, I don't watch TV. But I saw that it had Tom Holland, Nick Jonas, Daisy from Star Wars, I can never remember her name, and like all these other people that I absolutely love. So I figured I'd read it and see what the premise was about before diving into the series. Whoa, that's so cool. This looks really interesting. I have no idea what, and I'm just curious to read it and see how it goes. Ash really likes these black editions rather than the movie tie-ins. He was like, do not get it. I was like, okay, I'll get the black ones. I like the black ones. And yeah, so if I like it, then we'll get the ask and the answer and whatever the third one is. And I also got Orphea by Joanne Harris. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I have no idea what it's about. I just know that it's like a fairy tale. The illustrations in this are absolutely amazing. What is my favorite? Oh, it's so pretty. So like, I have no idea what it's about, but I'm keen. Like, super duper keen. Like I said in my wrap up, I also saw this from Abigail's channel, which is Abigail's Cup of Tea, and that is Atomic Habits by James Clear. So this is like implementing tiny little changes to help make long-term results rather than setting goals, because once you hit that goal, then you don't really want to continue on. For me, that's like totally right with doing the Couch to 5k. I completed the 5k but never went on to do the 10k. If I had just thought I just want to be able to run for half an hour 3 times a week, then I wouldn't have stopped, but because I didn't, now I have to start again, and if I just made it a habit, it would be a lot easier to do. I have already read this. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great breakdown of psychology, anecdotes, common sense, and yes. And finally, the last book that I bought myself, but not the last one for this haul, is The Stand by Stephen King. I don't know why. I could hurt someone with this. Like, we are looking at 1,211 pages. I have no idea what it's about. I know that Ash has tried to read this or has read it. I think I just wanted it because it's like a really floppy giant paperback. Like, look at it. Love that. And finally, the last 2 things I got were arcs from Ash's work. They were just in a bucket for freebies, and so I got Beauty by Breedley. She wrote The Eggshell Skull, which I haven't read yet, but I just want to sort of take this, dive into it, and just see what her writing's like. I think it's going to be really engaging and really interesting. And the last arc that I grabbed is The Windsor Knot by S.J. Bennett. So this came out in January of this year, and It says, the first book in a highly original and delightfully clever crime series in which Queen Elizabeth II secretly solves crimes while carrying out her royal duties. Essentially, I got this because of the corgi. And the corgi is in black and white on the actual cover, whereas I prefer the coloured in version. So I was like, why not? Sounds fun, essentially. So yeah, these ones, which I bought myself, and then all those delightful ones down there were gifted to me, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful to have such wonderful people in my life that support me with my addiction and continue to fill my life with joy. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I had such a wonderful birthday. It was so chill and I loved it. And yeah, again, let me know if you were the person that sent me the cool prints, just so I can thank you properly. I would love to be able to do that. And yeah, let me know in the comments, how did your book buying go for February? If you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. And I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!